It's such a shame, isn't it? Having to bear witness to something like this. Having to see such dull, monotonous work and pretend that it's art. Paint a smile on your face and pretend that you've been enlightened by its beauty, when really, there is no beauty here. There is nothing to be proud of here. There is nothing by which to be enlightened here. No. No, this is no showcase. This is a funeral. Every stroke of the brush, every snap of the shutter, every caress against soft, malleable clay, like a last breath whispering into the wind. One final beat of the heart, one last tick of the clock before it all comes to an end. I do so hate it, don't you? Seeing so much talent all around, but the passion has died, burnt to ash, burned away. Anything even resembling art. Things like this. There is skill. There's technique. There's a very clear talent to it all. But it's also meticulous, also intentional, all so routine. Like clockwork. Like just that. Work. You know the old phrase, don't you? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. All work and no play. All talent without any real love for the work. This is what so many people loathe to see. Most of all me. Especially standing beside someone like you. I can see it on your face, you know. I can see it in the way that your hands move ever so slightly. The way that you trace over everything that you see, subconsciously perhaps, hoping that you'll be able to mimic even a fraction of it someday. You, believing that their skill is something you can never have. Believing that your passion, your desire, your love for this isn't enough. Believing that somehow your work is beneath even this. Don't play coy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm referring to. I've been around artists long enough to know. You have something inside of you, burning, sparking, A passion for this craft that so few people seem to truly have these days. Oh yes, I can tell. And I can tell, from the way that you study even these works, you think so little of your own skill that you think this is something to aspire to. That somehow this is a higher standard compared to what you produce already. And you would be mistaken. Don't be so sure of yourself. You should know. There are eyes all over everyone at an event like this. And my eyes have been all over you. From the moment you walked in, you were different. You don't dress like everyone else here. You don't move like everyone else here. That's because the people who are here, they're here simply because they have money. Simply because they think that those deep pockets of theirs are enough to buy their way into having good taste. But really, nothing here is in good taste. Cold it may be, but you and I both agree. There's no point in denying that. But you, unlike all of the others, you came because you wanted to learn. Because you have a true appreciation for art. You have a genuine interest in the works of others. You wish to be like them. You wish to learn from them and create the way they do. They inspire you. They drive you. But just not enough to find exactly what you need. What is it that you need? All great artists need a muse, don't they? It isn't enough to simply be inspired. It isn't enough to be driven, to be passionate. You need just one person, one thing, one place, one experience to focus on, to try and capture the essence of, to try and breathe life into through your work, to make sure that everyone can see, hear, feel, taste everything that you do. That's what you need. You have everything else. You just need that one missing piece. And everything else will fall into place. For someone who's so critical of their own work, you certainly do have a bright mind. You catch on quickly. Yes, I am suggesting that perhaps tonight, in this place of darkness and sorrow, this brightly lit and staged place of mourning, you may have found exactly what you need. Your muse, your divine inspiration, I suppose. You think that I'm presumptuous. A little full of myself. Well, I can't say you're wrong about that. However, it isn't without merit. I don't leap to this conclusion simply because I think so highly of myself. No. I've learned through experience. People like you, they are drawn in to me. They look at me the way I look at them. They touch me. They inhale me. They taste me. To them, I am an experience. I am something that they want to replicate. I am a work of art. Their words, not mine. Though, I do suppose that since I was the inspiration, I do deserve a little bit of credit for that. Oh, what kinds of people haven't I worked with? Painters, sculptors, poets, photographers, any type of artist you can think of. I've worked with them. I suppose you could say I have a type. There is something so irresistible about those who create something from nothing. Those who can look at a blank canvas or a blank page and bring to life something that just isn't of this world. Something that is beyond most people's imaginations. It is exhilarating. It is addicting. Why wouldn't I want someone who can create those things? Why wouldn't I want someone who has tasted the very essence of this world's creation? Someone who can look through the lens and see the true, full beauty of this world. The horrid, wretched, exquisite beauty. But if you're still wary, I suppose you may find another muse elsewhere. There are plenty of other artists nearby. Those who clearly need a little bit of a kick to get their passion back. I suppose you have passion in spades. You don't need my help, do you? No. You just keep working on your little projects that you never let anyone see. Telling yourself over and over that it's not good enough, it's not good enough. It looks awful, it sounds awful. There's nothing here worth keeping. Nothing here worth showing to the rest of the world. You keep at it. I'll find someone with skill, and I'll give them their passion. Oh? And just why should I wait? I believe I've said all I've needed to say. Unless there's something you would like to add. How does it work? Why, whatever do you mean? No, no, you silly, silly. I don't want your money. I don't want anything of the sort. How it works is simply like this. There. I simply have to press my lips to your skin, and then everything will fall into place. You'll find what you need, and you will give me anything I want to make sure that I stay. And I will. For a while. At the very least, until you meet a death fitting for an artist. Something tragic and messy. Maybe your final piece will simply be a blood splatter across a blank canvas. You'd like that, wouldn't you? If it was for me. Come along, then. Your fingers won't stop twitching. I think you have some work to do.